Good evening, and thank you for joining us. Tonight, the United States has reached yet another devastating and unthinkable moment in a pandemic that continues to change our country and our way of life. As we come on the air tonight, more than 200,000 people in the U.S. have now been killed by the virus. 200,000 lives lost, 200,000 stories left unfinished. And tonight, there's some breaking news that the crisis may once again be getting worse. One of the leading models used by the White House now projects that by the end of the year, the death toll nationwide may nearly double to 378,000. Tonight, confirmed cases in the U.S. are also increasing, now growing at the fastest rate they have in 2 months. And the FDA is reportedly tightening its standards for approving a coronavirus vaccine, dimming hopes that there will be one widely available this year. Once again, thrusting the pandemic into the forefront of this year's presidential campaign. Tonight, there's also been another seismic shift here in Washington with major implications for this year's election. Senators Mitt Romney and Cory Gardner, the two remaining Republican holdouts, now say they are in favor of moving ahead with replacing Ruth Bader Ginsburg on the Supreme Court this year, likely giving their party enough votes to confirm a nominee. Tonight, President Trump says he'll announce his choice on Saturday, just 38 days before the election. And there's a lot of new reporting to get to tonight. Our team of correspondents is standing by to cover it all. CBS's Mola Lenghi is going to lead off our coverage tonight in New York City. Good evening, Mola.
Well, good evening, Nora. That 200,000, certainly a sobering number, but perhaps even more sobering. In some parts of the country, there are few signs this virus is slowing down.
On the grounds of the Washington Monument today, 20,000 American flags, remembering 200,000 American lives lost to the coronavirus.
And these flags are indicative not only of the lives lost, but of the families left behind.
Some well-known, others unsung. An American has been lost every 1.5 minutes on average since the first death was reported back in February. That's the equivalent of roughly the entire population of Salt Lake City, Utah, or Akron, Ohio.
The idea of 200,000 deaths is really very sobering and in some respects stunning.
America is accustomed to leading the world, but not like this. The U.S. has had more deaths than any other country. President Trump grading his handling of the pandemic.
Public relations, I give myself a D. On the job itself, we take an A+.
But the nation's top infectious disease expert seems to be grading on a different scale.
Take a look at the numbers and make up your own mind.
Health experts are worried about a resurgence of the virus as the fall season begins. 20 states, plus Washington, D.C. and Puerto Rico, are reporting increases in new cases from 2 weeks ago. It's been more than 2 months since we've seen cases rise this quickly. But it's the number 9 that has devastated Ricardo Aguiar. That's how many family members this small business owner from Phoenix, Arizona, has lost to the virus. 9 cousins, aunts, uncles, and less than 2 weeks ago, his father, Jose de Jesus.
I don't want to cry because, I want him to go in peace. And my crying is just not going to let him rest.
Well, Ricardo's mother continues to recover from the effects of the virus. Meanwhile, tonight, new fears over an impending flu season colliding with the return of students to schools. New research shows that an estimated 3,200 cases of coronavirus occur a day throughout the country that likely otherwise wouldn't happen, Nora, if schools kept classes online.
Mola Lenghi, thank you.